Hello everybody! Today we're going to be talking about the Jordan River Trail and all of the very lovely creatures that live there.
Missing someone.
Hello! Throughout this week, I have gone to the Jordan River Trail plenty of times, and I have a whole lot of information that I would like to share with you. So, let's begin. So here's a short little backstory. In 1869, Burgertown was made because a smelter hired a bunch of foreigners. So, they lived in dug-ins until about 20 years later when the smelter ran out of ore, and then ran out of business. And so too did Burgertown. And many years later, the Jordan River Trail took its place. The purpose of the Jordan River Trail is to provide access to bird watching, boating, walking, exercise, biking, dog walking, etc. The trail has pavement trails, gravel and dirt trails for you to bring your horses on, otherwise known as equestrian trails. They have beautiful wooden bridges and steel bridges. There are 7 creeks that come from the Wasatch Mountains and 3 flowing from the Ochre Mountains that all connect at Jordan. The Jordan Trail is a 40-mile urban park that is home to plenty of animals, such as beavers, ducks, geese, and all sorts of birds, especially the American robin. Canadian geese are beautiful birds that have a black head, white cheeks, and a brown body. They migrate in September or October. The farthest we've seen them go is Northern Europe. When the goose eats, they pick up rocks and use them to chew their food. It is not wise to harass a goose, as you might end up on YouTube. There's even a game about them. Canadian geese can be found all over Jordan Trail in the water, ground, and sky. They're very loud and talkative birds. Personally, they're one of my favorite animals, but I'm very scared of them. They're very intimidating. If you're looking to feed them, I suggest birdseed, chopped grapes, cracked corn, or oats. Speaking of feeding birds, you might be familiar with feeding birds bread, as it is convenient and floats and is shown in countless films and videos. But you're actually hurting the birds and the fish in their area, and you're also getting them sick. The Jordan Trail helps by having plenty of signs warning you of the dangers and even giving you other options that are easy to obtain. Thank you for not feeding us bread. Bread makes us ill, and it does not contain the right nutrition or calories that we need to keep us warm in the winter. Rotting bread pollutes our waters and causes nasty surface algae, which kills our fish and gives us diseases. It also makes our water smell. We do like cut seedless grapes, cooked rice, birdseed, peas, corn, oats, and chopped lettuce. The Jordan Trail is in no short supply of ducks. There are mallard, marbled, and even ancona ducks. though I've only seen one ancana so far. Through the many times I've been there, I saw more ducks than anything else. They were all over the park. I even found that they had a little game that I like to play together. I even noticed when the ducks were drifting, they barely moved their legs at all. Ducks like people who feed them. The way you can tell a duck likes you is they won't ruffle their feathers or hiss or try to bite, and they will chirp. But still don't get too close, as you are much larger than the duck, and that frightens them regardless if they like you or not. The main game I saw the ducks playing was where a duck would take off and then dive into the water, but not going underneath the water, but like sliding. And they did that a lot. I've even seen them racing to see who could land the first. Another game that could be related to mating season or flirting was like tag. The ducks would chase each other in the water, sometimes while playing the first game. There are elevated paths that when the river overfloods, you can still come to the park. There are large elevated paths for the marshes and wetlands the park has. And they even provide a little area to chill and watch the nature. There are plenty of bridges to help you across the river. The park is essentially a giant forest with a variety of trees, and if you're paying attention to them, there are some burned ones. And on the topic of trees, a lot of them have chicken wire around them. Most of the trees, when they're young, have chicken wire to protect them, but grown-up trees are to keep the beavers out. Sadly, I don't have any pictures of my own of beavers, as I wasn't able to find any. But we did find a little nest of muskrats. Aw, aren't they so adorable? In a ton of trees, you'll find birdhouses. The park takes very good care of their animals. It's also a very pretty park with lots of beautiful places to take pictures. The park is also very educational, as they leave signs everywhere informing you of the park, like the ones on your screen now. If you're in the mood to help, well, they do have a program where you can volunteer to help walk around and pick up the trash that is left all over. They'll even lend you a canoe to get the trash in the water. You can also help by not leaving trash. Also, when you go to the park, they have this little bracket piece, like to help show the restoration of the area. The park is centered in the middle of a city. A lot of paths you take could lead you to someone's house. In fact, there's an apartment complex right in front of the main river piece. And it is 5 minutes away from my house. My parents use it to go walking. And people take their dogs. In fact, Jordan Trail is neighbors with a dog park. You just got rejected.
I'm not looking for a lover. Sometimes I swear you're still in my stare. One of these days you're gonna over my head. Even though I said I'm not looking for a lover. Sometimes I swear you're still in my stare. One of these days you're gonna blow my cover. I know I'm cheap, but I'm sold to whatever you're selling. I guess if truth be told, I tripped and I fell in over